Imagine standing alone on the edge of a vast cliff. The wind lashes at your face. Beneath you the world stretches endlessly, beautiful yet intimidating. Your heart pounds, not from fear but from possibility. Every choice you make, every challenge you face, shapes not just who you are, but the strength you carry within. Inner strength is not born in comfort. It is forged in moments like these, when life tests you, pushes you to your limits, and dares you to rise. This audiobook is your guide through that fire. Together, we will explore the tools, the mindset, and the courage to build a strength so resilient, so unwavering, that no storm, external or internal, can shake it. By the time you finish this journey, you won't just understand inner strength, you will feel it, carry it, and live it. Chapter 1. The foundation of inner strength. Close your eyes for a moment and picture this. You are standing at the edge of a dense forest. The trees stretch skyward, their shadows thick and endless. The path ahead is uncertain, tangled with roots, rocks, and unseen obstacles. Yet there is a whisper inside you, faint but insistent, urging you to take the first step. That whisper is the beginning of strength. That step is the start of a journey you cannot take back, but one you will never forget. Strength, the kind that carries you through storms, the kind that withstands the weight of life's heaviest trials, does not appear overnight. It is not something you stumble upon by chance. It is built quietly, deliberately, in moments when no one is watching. It grows in the choices you make when your heart is weary, when your mind wants to give up, when the world seems determined to test every ounce of your courage. Imagine a sculptor staring at a block of marble. At first, it is unremarkable, rough, shapeless, but with every careful strike, every measured stroke, something begins to emerge, a form, a presence, a beauty that was always within, waiting to be revealed. Your inner strength is exactly like that marble. The challenges you face, the discipline you cultivate, the decisions you make, they are the sculptor's tools. They reveal the force of your spirit, one deliberate act at a time. The first foundation of inner strength is self-awareness. Without it, you are like a ship without a rudder, tossed by every wave and wind. Awareness begins with honesty, a willingness to see yourself clearly, without judgment or excuse. Ask yourself, who am I when no one is looking? What fears shape my choices? What patterns keep me small, safe, or stagnant? These questions may be uncomfortable. They may stir doubts and unease. That is precisely why they matter. Growth begins where comfort ends. Next comes acceptance. Inner strength does not demand perfection. It does not insist that you be fearless or infallible. On the contrary, it requires that you meet yourself fully, your flaws, your limitations, your scars, and still decide to stand tall. Think of a river flowing over stone. The rocks shape it, redirect it, sometimes slow it, but the water continues. Your imperfections are not obstacles, they are the very terrain on which your strength grows. To resist them is to resist the flow of your own life. To embrace them is to claim power over it. Discipline is another pillar of this foundation. Not the rigid, joyless kind, but a quiet, persistent commitment to yourself. It is the decision to act in alignment with your values, even when you do not feel like it. It is waking before dawn to do the work that others put off. It is choosing patience when the world demands instant results. Discipline is the bridge between intention and transformation. Without it, even the most passionate desire remains a fleeting spark, quickly extinguished by distraction or doubt. But perhaps the most profound element of building inner strength is learning to sit with discomfort. Life in its unrelenting way will place you in situations that stretch you beyond your perceived limits. and the temptation is to retreat, to shrink, to wait for easier ground. Yet every moment of discomfort is an invitation, a challenge to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable than you believed possible. Imagine your life as a muscle. Each time you bear tension, resist resistance, and persist through strain, you strengthen that muscle. Over time, the unthinkable becomes manageable, the unbearable becomes a source of pride, and the ordinary moments of life, they become effortless. Inner strength also grows through reflection. Take time to step back, to pause, to consider the lessons hidden in every experience. Failures, successes, frustrations, and joys alike, they all carry insight. The difference between those who endure and those who falter is often not circumstance, but reflection. When you process life, rather than merely react to it, you convert experience into wisdom, and wisdom is one of the most subtle, yet enduring forms of strength you can possess. You may be wondering, how do I know I am building real strength? How do I measure it when it feels invisible, internal, and intangible? The answer is simple, and yet it may surprise you. You recognize it in moments of choice. When fear rises, and you step forward anyway. When anger or despair swells and you respond with calm and clarity. When setbacks strike, and you rise not immediately perhaps, but consistently. Strength is not the absence of struggle, it is the persistent willingness to engage with struggle, to stand firm and to keep moving. Consider a young tree growing in a storm. Each gust threatens to bend it to the ground. Each lash of wind feels punishing, yet the tree endures, its roots growing deeper, anchoring it more firmly with every trial. By the time the storm passes, the tree is stronger than it was before. Your inner strength follows the same pattern. Life's challenges, though often unwelcome, are shaping your roots, deepening your foundation, and preparing you for the journey ahead. As you take these first steps, remember that this is not a race. Building strength is not about rushing to some distant finish line. It is about presence, attention, and persistence. It is about showing up for yourself every day, in big ways and small, and honoring the promise that you will not give in to weakness or surrender to circumstance. Every mindful choice, every courageous act, every moment of self-awareness becomes a brick in the foundation of your inner fortress. By the end of this chapter, you may already sense the stirrings of change. Perhaps a new awareness is awakening inside, a feeling that you can endure, that you can grow, that you can meet life with courage rather than fear. Hold on to that. Nurture it. It is the seed of everything that is about to come. And now, as you feel the foundation settling beneath your feet, know this: the journey ahead will challenge you in ways you cannot yet imagine. The next chapter will take you deeper into the heart of adversity, showing you how struggle itself becomes the forge of strength. Step forward with curiosity, with courage, and with the quiet confidence that you are already on the path to becoming unshakable. Your inner strength has been planted, and the next chapter will begin watering. Chapter 2. Embracing Adversity. Close your eyes and picture this. You are walking through a narrow canyon. The walls rise high on either side, jagged and unyielding. Suddenly a storm breaks overhead. Rain lashes down, turning the ground beneath your feet into a slick, treacherous path. Every step requires focus, courage, and persistence. Every instinct screams to turn back, to find shelter, to seek comfort, and yet you press forward. This is not a metaphor. This is life, and it is here, in the storm, that inner strength is born. Adversity is the furnace in which character is forged. It does not arrive to punish you. It arrives to awaken something within, a deeper courage, a sharper resilience, a clarity you cannot find in calm seas. Many people spend their lives avoiding difficulty, hoping that comfort will carry them through. But comfort is a soft teacher. Adversity, by contrast, demands attention. It reveals what you are made of. It challenges every assumption you hold about yourself and your limits. Imagine a blacksmith hammering a sword. The metal does not become strong because it lies in the sun. It becomes strong because it is heated, hammered, cooled, and shaped with intention. Life's struggles are your hammer. They may strike hard, leaving bruises, fatigue, and doubt. Yet with each strike, a stronger version of you emerges. Every challenge you endure, every obstacle you confront, leaves behind a hidden gift, the knowledge that you are capable of more than you believed. Adversity is also a mirror. When life pushes you to the edge, your true self reveals itself. Do you crumble under pressure, or do you discover a well of perseverance you never knew existed? Do you blame the world, or do you take responsibility and move forward? The answers lie not in theory, but in action. How you respond when everything feels uncertain, uncomfortable, or impossible. Consider the story of someone who faced repeated setbacks, yet refused to quit. Imagine a young woman attempting to start her own business, only to see her first venture fail spectacularly. Financial strain, self-doubt, and criticism from others could have ended her journey. But instead of surrendering, she studied her failures, adjusted her approach, and tried again. The second time, she faced obstacles she had never anticipated. Still, she persevered. Today, her business thrives, not because she avoided adversity, but because she confronted it head-on, learned from it, and refused to be broken by it. This is the essence of embracing adversity. Understanding that struggle is not a detour from your path, but the path itself. The storms, the setbacks, the moments of pain, they are not interruptions. They are the very tools that shape you. Without them, strength remains theoretical, a concept admired but never truly felt. With them, strength becomes tangible, living, and undeniable. Now you may ask, how do I begin to embrace adversity rather than fear it? The first step is perspective. See obstacles as opportunities, challenges as invitations to grow, and difficulties as teachers. Shift your focus from what is being taken from you to what is being offered. Every hardship contains a lesson. Every failure, a doorway to insight. When you stop resisting life's trials and begin learning from them, adversity transforms from enemy to ally. Next is courage, not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act despite it. Fear is natural. It is part of being human. What defines strength is not how little you feel it, but how consistently you choose to move forward when it arises. Courage is quiet and persistent. It is the voice inside you that says, I will face this, even when your heart trembles. And with each act of courage, no matter how small, your inner strength expands, solidifies, and grows more resilient. Equally important is patience. Adversity does not yield instant reward. The benefits of struggle often reveal themselves slowly, in subtle ways, long after the moment of difficulty has passed. Like a seed buried deep in the soil, the process of growth occurs out of sight. You do not always see the roots strengthening, the shoots reaching toward the sun. But beneath the surface, transformation is taking place. Trust the process. Trust yourself. Trust the unseen work that adversity is quietly accomplishing within you. Reflection is another essential practice. After a storm, after a struggle, take time to pause and examine what has transpired. What did you learn about your limits, your fears, your resilience? What skills, insights, or perspectives did you gain that will serve you in the next challenge? Reflection converts hardship into wisdom. It turns pain into a roadmap for growth, and it reinforces the undeniable truth that you are not merely surviving adversity, you are thriving through it. Embracing adversity also requires gratitude, an unconventional kind of gratitude. Gratitude for the struggle itself, for the lessons disguised as pain, for the courage that fear demanded you find. This does not mean romanticizing suffering or denying hardship. It means recognizing that within every difficult experience lies a seed of growth, a spark of potential, a doorway to a stronger, more capable version of yourself. As you journey through life, remember this: the moments that feel unbearable are the very moments that will define you. The obstacles you wish would disappear are the same ones that will reveal the depth of your courage. Each challenge is not a wall to stop you, but a ladder to climb. Step by step, struggle by struggle, your inner strength is being forged, tempered, and refined. By the end of this chapter, you should feel a subtle shift, perhaps a quiet reassurance, a spark of determination, a sense that adversity is no longer a threat, but a teacher. Hold on to that feeling, let it settle deep within your core. It is the beginning of a new perspective, one where challenges are embraced rather than feared, where struggle is understood as the forge of resilience, and where your own capacity for endurance is acknowledged and honored. And now, as you stand at the threshold of the next chapter, know this: the journey of strength is far from over. Ahead lies the power of the mind, the discipline, clarity, and focus that will allow you to navigate life's storms with precision and confidence. Adversity has begun shaping you, but the mind will guide you. The next chapter will show you how to harness it. Step forward with courage, for what comes next will deepen your understanding, sharpen your resolve, and illuminate the path to unshakable inner strength. Chapter 3: Mastering Your Mind. Close your eyes and picture this. You are standing at the edge of a vast, stormy ocean. Waves crash relentlessly, each one threatening to pull you under. The wind howls, the sky darkens, and the horizon seems impossible to reach. And yet, somewhere deep inside, a voice whispers, "I can navigate this, I can endure, I can steer my course." That voice, that quiet, unwavering presence, is your mind. And mastering it is the single most powerful act of inner strength you can undertake. The mind is both your greatest ally and your most dangerous adversary. It can lift you to unimaginable heights or trap you in invisible cages. Every thought, every belief, every mental habit shapes the reality you experience. Yet, most of us surrender control, allowing fear, doubt, and distraction to dictate our lives. The first step toward mastering your mind is realizing this. Strength is not about silencing thoughts, it is about directing them with intention. Imagine a lighthouse standing firm in the storm. The waves crash and the winds rage, yet the structure remains unwavering, guiding ships safely through chaos. Your mind, anchored by clarity and focus, can serve the same purpose. Thoughts will come, some dark, some doubtful, but they do not have to control your direction. The act of awareness, of observing your thoughts without being swept away, is the foundation of mental mastery. Mastery begins with attention. Where you focus your energy shapes the life you live. Consider the mind as a garden. Left unattended, weeds of worry, negativity, and self-doubt grow unchecked, suffocating potential. But with deliberate attention, with care and cultivation, the seeds of clarity, resilience, and creativity flourish. Every moment you choose what to dwell on, what to nurture, and what to let go, you are building the architecture of your inner strength. Next comes discipline. The mind is not naturally obedient. It wanders, it obsesses, it amplifies fears, but with consistent practice, you can train it. Daily habits, meditation, journaling, visualization, or even quiet reflection act as workouts for your mental muscles. Each session strengthens your capacity to remain calm under pressure, to think clearly amidst chaos, and to act decisively rather than react impulsively. The more you exercise your mind, the less it exercises you. Emotional control is another cornerstone. Your thoughts shape your emotions, and your emotions in turn shape your reality. When fear or anger arises, pause, observe it, label it, understand its source. You are not your thoughts or feelings, you are the awareness behind them. This subtle shift transforms reaction into response, panic into strategy, and confusion into clarity. The mind, when mastered, becomes a lighthouse guiding your actions, rather than a storm dictating your fate. Consider the story of a man lost in a dense forest. Panic sets in as darkness falls, and every sound becomes a threat. Yet he takes a breath, centers himself, and focuses on the faint sound of a distant river. Using this small, deliberate observation, he finds direction. He does not control the forest, nor the dark, nor the obstacles ahead, but by mastering his attention, he navigates through uncertainty, step by step, thought by thought. His inner calm becomes his compass. Visualization is a powerful tool in mental mastery. When you imagine yourself succeeding, enduring, or rising above challenge, your mind begins to accept it as possible. Athletes, leaders, and innovators all use this principle, but it is not mere daydreaming, it is purposeful rehearsal of the life you choose to live. Picture your goals vivid, feel the courage required to pursue them. Sense the satisfaction of overcoming obstacles. The mind does not distinguish fully between imagined action and real action, and through repeated, intentional visualization, your mental readiness translates into reality. Another key principle is self-talk. The way you speak to yourself in moments of pressure can either erode or enhance your strength. Consider your inner dialogue as the soundtrack of your life. If it is harsh, critical, or doubtful, it will shape a life of hesitation. If it is affirming, encouraging, and focused, it builds a foundation of confidence and resilience. Observe your thoughts. Correct the ones that do not serve you. Replace criticism with constructive guidance. Over time, your inner voice becomes a mentor rather than a saboteur. Yet, mastery is not about rigidity. The mind thrives when it balances discipline with flexibility. Mastery means having the ability to adapt, to bend without breaking, and to change course when necessary, without losing sight of your inner compass. It is not control for its own sake, it is clarity, resilience, and intention in the midst of uncertainty. Reflection is essential to integrate this mastery. At the end of each day, review your thoughts, your reactions, and your decisions. Celebrate moments when you responded with clarity. Examine moments when you were hijacked by fear or distraction. Each reflection strengthens your awareness and provides insight into how to navigate future challenges. Mastery grows not only in action, but also in understanding, in the conscious study of your own mind. By the end of this chapter, you should feel a subtle empowerment, a sense that your mind is not a battlefield where chaos reigns, but a field you can cultivate, nurture, and guide. Perhaps you sense the beginnings of mental clarity, a quiet confidence that you can face life's challenges with presence, focus, and intention. Hold on to that. Let it deepen. Let it grow. And now, as you prepare to move forward, know this: mastering the mind sets the stage for mastering life. The next chapter will explore the power of emotional resilience, how to feel deeply without being consumed, how to transform vulnerability into strength, and how your heart becomes a source of unwavering courage. Step forward with calm confidence, for your inner strength is expanding, and the journey is only becoming more profound. Chapter 4: The Power of Emotional Resilience. Close your eyes and imagine standing in the eye of a hurricane. Around you, the world spins in chaos. Wind howls, rain lashes, debris tumbles. Yet in this center, there is calm, quiet, unshakable. That calm is not the absence of the storm. It is the mastery of your response to it. Emotional resilience is this eye of the hurricane, a space within you where clarity, strength, and courage reside, even when the world is overwhelming. Many people mistake emotional strength for suppression, thinking that to be strong means never feeling fear, sadness, or anger. But true inner strength is not the absence of emotion. It is the ability to feel deeply, acknowledge fully, and act with intention despite what you feel. Emotions are not enemies, they are signals, guiding lights and raw material from which your resilience is forged. Think of a musician learning to play a complex instrument. At first, the notes feel foreign, discordant, even painful to produce, but with practice, patience, and attention, the chaos transforms into melody. Your emotions are the same. They may feel overwhelming, confusing, or even threatening at times. Yet, when you learn to observe them, understand their origins, and respond rather than react, they become instruments of power rather than obstacles to peace. The first step in cultivating emotional resilience is awareness. Pause and recognize what you feel without judgment. Fear, frustration, sadness, or doubt are not flaws. They are natural human responses. By naming them, you remove their unconscious control over you. Awareness is the spark that illuminates the path from reaction to response. It is the moment when emotion stops being a storm and starts becoming a teacher. Next is acceptance. Resilience grows when you embrace your emotional experiences instead of resisting them. Imagine a river encountering rock. The water does not stop. It flows around, over, and through the obstacles, shaping itself while maintaining its essence. Similarly, accepting your emotions does not mean resigning yourself to them. It means navigating through them, learning their lessons, and allowing them to strengthen your inner core. Equally vital is emotional regulation, the ability to respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. When anger rises, breathe before you speak. When sadness overwhelms, pause before you act. This discipline does not numb your feelings, it sharpens them. It allows you to harness their energy, turning what could be destructive into something transformative. Every moment of thoughtful response builds a reservoir of strength that carries you through challenges with grace and clarity. Consider the story of a man who lost everything he had built, his career, his home, and his sense of security. Many would have surrendered to despair, yet he allowed himself to feel the depth of his grief, to sit with the emptiness, and to acknowledge the pain fully. Then, with intentional effort, he began rebuilding, not just his material life, but his emotional life as well. He learned to navigate fear, embrace uncertainty, and cultivate hope. His resilience became a beacon, illuminating a path forward, not only for himself, but for others who witnessed his journey. Another dimension of emotional resilience is perspective. Life is rarely as catastrophic as our initial reactions make it seem. By stepping back, breathing deeply, and reframing the situation, you gain clarity. Challenges are often temporary, emotions are often fleeting, and the power to choose your response lies entirely within you. Perspective transforms intensity into insight, pressure into opportunity, and fear into fuel for growth. Gratitude also strengthens emotional resilience. This may seem counterintuitive in moments of struggle. Yet even in hardship, there is something to appreciate, an opportunity to grow, a lesson to learn, a small victory to celebrate. Gratitude does not erase the difficulty. It balances. It reminds you that even in storms, there is light, and that light is often found within your own courage, patience, and perseverance. Practice is essential. Emotional resilience is not developed overnight. It is built in countless small moments, choosing patience when irritation flares, choosing empathy when anger rises, choosing hope when despair whispers. Each decision strengthens the neural pathways of resilience, training your mind and heart to respond with composure, clarity, and courage. no matter the circumstances. Remember, resilience is not about enduring indefinitely without feeling. It is about embracing your humanity, feeling fully and acting intentionally. Strength is not the absence of tears, anxiety, or fear. It is the capacity to feel and still move forward. It is the ability to carry the weight of life while maintaining your balance, your center, and your sense of purpose. As you cultivate emotional resilience, you will notice subtle shifts. Moments that once triggered frustration now elicit calm. Challenges that once felt crushing now become manageable. Interactions that once drained you now offer insight. This transformation is not dramatic at first, but persistent effort compounds, creating a quiet, unwavering power that radiates through every decision, every relationship, every challenge you face. By the end of this chapter, you should feel a subtle yet profound awareness. Your emotions are not obstacles, they are instruments of growth. They are the raw material of strength, teaching you, guiding you, and shaping the foundation of a life lived with courage and intention. You have begun to claim control over the storm inside, finding stillness amidst chaos, clarity amidst confusion, and power amidst vulnerability. And now, as you prepare to move forward, know this: emotional resilience is the bridge between mastery of the mind and mastery of action. The next chapter will explore purpose, the driving force that channels your inner strength into meaningful achievement, courage, and fulfillment. Step forward with confidence, for your heart is becoming a wellspring of power, guiding you to a life of unshakable strength. Chapter 5: Discovering Your Purpose. Close your eyes and imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, overlooking a vast, uncharted valley. The sun is rising, painting the landscape in gold and shadow, revealing paths that twist, climb, and disappear into mist. Somewhere down there lies your destination, a place of meaning, fulfillment, and achievement, but the path is not obvious. Your heart pulses with both excitement and uncertainty. That pulsing, that tension, is the call of purpose. It is the force that transforms strength into direction, energy into achievement, and potential into reality. Purpose is the engine of inner strength. Without it, resilience, discipline, and emotional mastery can become scattered, powerful yet unfocused. When you have a clear purpose, every thought, every choice, every action aligns towards something greater than yourself. It acts as a compass in the storms of life, a guiding light when the path seems hidden, and a reason to rise each morning with determination rather than routine. Think of a sailor navigating the open sea. The waves are unpredictable, the wind relentless, and the horizon often invisible. Yet with a precise destination in mind, with a clear purpose, guiding every adjustment of the sail and every turn of the rudder, the sailor finds direction amidst chaos. Purpose does not remove obstacles, but it gives them meaning. It transforms effort into progress, struggle into growth, and setbacks into lessons on the journey toward fulfillment. Finding purpose begins with reflection. Ask yourself, what matters most to me? What would make my life feel significant if I were to look back years from now? What am I willing to fight for, even when fear, doubt, or exhaustion arise? These questions may stir discomfort or uncertainty. That is natural. Purpose is rarely found in comfort. It emerges from introspection, challenge, and honesty. Purpose is not merely an external goal. It is not the job title, the accolade, or the recognition. True purpose arises from the alignment of your values, your passions, and your abilities. It is the intersection where your unique talents meet the needs of the world, where contribution meets fulfillment, and where action meets meaning. When your actions flow from purpose, even the hardest tasks feel bearable, even the longest journeys feel worthwhile, and even the deepest struggles feel instructive. Consider the story of an artist who spent years painting in obscurity. Early in his career, he faced criticism, rejection, and self-doubt. Many would have abandoned their vision, seeking comfort or approval elsewhere, but he recognized that his purpose was not fame or wealth. It was expression, communication, and the transformation of emotion into art. That understanding allowed him to persist, refine his craft, and impact countless lives through his work. Purpose gave him endurance, focus, and the courage to continue when everything else tempted him to quit. Purpose also shapes your response to adversity. When life challenges you, purpose provides context. A setback is no longer meaningless pain. It is a test, a lesson, an opportunity to reaffirm your commitment to what truly matters. Purpose transforms hardship from something to endure into something to learn from. It turns fear into fuel, resistance into growth, and confusion into clarity. Those who understand their purpose can navigate storms with direction, resilience, and confidence because they know exactly why they are moving forward. Another aspect of purpose is consistency. Inner strength is amplified when your daily actions reflect your higher mission. Purpose is revealed in habits, routines, and decisions, not just in abstract thought. Each choice to align with your purpose, choosing integrity over convenience, persistence over surrender, contribution over comfort, creates momentum. Over time, small consistent actions compound into extraordinary outcomes, revealing the power of living deliberately and intentionally. Clarity of purpose also enhances your emotional resilience. When you know what truly matters, trivial annoyances, fleeting frustrations, and distractions lose their hold over you. The mind settles, the heart steadies, and your energy concentrates on what moves you closer to meaningful impact. You become selective in where you invest your time, your emotions, and your attention. This selectivity is not selfish, it is strategic. It ensures that your strength is preserved, directed, and magnified. Purpose is deeply personal, yet it is rarely found in isolation. Relationships, mentorship, and connection often illuminate what you are meant to pursue. The reactions of those around you, the needs you observe in your community, and the moments where you feel most alive all provide clues. Pay attention. Listen carefully. Purpose often whispers in the moments of flow, fulfillment, and deep engagement, not in the noise of distraction or the pull of external validation. As you contemplate your purpose, remember, it is not fixed. It evolves as you grow, as circumstances shift, and as your understanding of yourself deepens. Flexibility within clarity allows your strength to remain focused, without rigid stagnation. Purpose is a living force, responsive to your inner evolution and the unfolding world around you. By the end of this chapter, you should feel a quiet but profound awareness that your strength without direction is incomplete, and your direction without strength is unstable. Purpose unites them, providing a framework that channels your mental clarity, emotional resilience, and disciplined action into a life of significance. You have begun to glimpse the map of your valley, the horizon that calls you forward, and the compass that will guide each step. And now, as you prepare to move forward, know this: purpose is the gateway to mastery in action. The next chapter will explore the art of deliberate habits, the small, consistent behaviors that translate intention into reality, transforming your inner strength and clarity into tangible, lasting achievement. Step forward with focus and determination, for the foundation of your purpose is now set, and the journey toward living it fully has begun. Chapter 6. The Art of Deliberate Habits. Picture a sculptor standing before a massive block of marble. At first glance, it seems immovable, overwhelming, impossible to shape. Yet, with patient, deliberate strokes, the sculptor chips away, small, precise movements, repeated day after day. Slowly, the form emerges. The vision within the marble comes alive. This is the power of deliberate habits. Small, intentional actions that, compounded over time, transform your life into something extraordinary. Habits are the architecture of your inner strength. Without them, even the clearest purpose, the sharpest focus, and the deepest emotional resilience can drift like a ship without an anchor. Deliberate habits are the bridge between intention and reality. They are the unseen work, the quiet repetition, and the disciplined practice that turn your inner strength into tangible results. The first principle of deliberate habits is clarity. Know exactly what you want to achieve and why it matters. A habit without purpose is like planting seeds in barren soil. You may invest effort, but little will grow. When your habits are anchored in meaning, they align your daily choices with your higher vision, turning ordinary actions into extraordinary progress. Consistency is the next key. Strength is not built in a single moment of triumph, but in repeated acts over time. Consider an athlete training for years to run a marathon. Each early morning run, each push of muscles against fatigue, compounds into the endurance needed to cross the finish line. Your habits, when practiced consistently, create momentum. They become automatic, unshakable, and capable of carrying you through challenges without requiring constant willpower. Deliberate habits also require focus. Life is full of distractions, temptations, and pressures that pull your attention in multiple directions. Each habit you choose must be supported by focused attention. Whether it is reading daily to expand your mind, exercising to strengthen your body, or journaling to clarify your thoughts, your energy must be directed intentionally. A habit practiced without focus is like a bow fired at random. Much effort, little impact. Another essential element is measurement. Track your progress, however small. Awareness of growth reinforces commitment. Celebrate small victories. They are the building blocks of larger achievement. Measurement also provides insight. Are your habits producing the intended result? If not, adjust. Flexibility within consistency ensures that your habits remain purposeful and effective. Consider the story of a man who wanted to write a book but struggled with procrastination. Instead of waiting for inspiration, he committed to writing 300 words every day. Some days the words flowed easily, other days they felt forced. But each day, without fail, he showed up. After a year, he had completed a manuscript. What seemed impossible became inevitable, not because of sudden genius, but because of deliberate, consistent action. Habits are also the antidote to emotional volatility. When you are tired, stressed, or uncertain, habits carry you forward. They transform moments of weakness into opportunities for progress. The power of habit lies in its automaticity. Once a behavior is ingrained, it executes without requiring conscious energy. In this way, deliberate habits become the scaffolding of resilience, the framework that supports your inner strength through life's storm. Deliberate habits are most effective when they are intentionally chosen to support your values and goals. Random effort, scattered across too many areas, produces burnout and minimal growth. Focus on what matters. Identify the habits that will have the greatest impact on your purpose, your mental clarity, and your emotional resilience. Less is often more. Depth outweighs breadth. By concentrating your energy, you magnify the results of every action. Reflection enhances the power of habit. At the end of each week or month, review what you have accomplished. Observe patterns, note what worked, and recognize areas for improvement. Reflection is the mirror that ensures your habits remain aligned with your purpose and evolving understanding of yourself. It converts repetition into wisdom, effort into insight, and routine into mastery. Another transformative principle is intentional environment design. Habits are easier to maintain when your surroundings support them. Reduce friction for the behaviors you want to strengthen, and increase friction for those you wish to minimize. Remove distractions, create cues, and structure your day in ways that naturally guide your actions toward your goal. Your environment, when shaped with awareness, becomes a silent partner in your pursuit of inner strength. By the end of this chapter, you should feel a sense of empowerment, that your inner strength is not abstract or fleeting. It is actionable. It is embedded in your daily choices, your small, consistent actions, and your deliberate behaviors. The habits you cultivate today are the scaffolding that will carry you into a future shaped by purpose, clarity, and resilience. And now, as you prepare to move forward, know this: habits transform potential into reality, but mastery of life requires integration, bringing together your mind, your emotions, your purpose, and your disciplined actions into coherent, sustained momentum. The next chapter will explore the art of focus, the ability to concentrate your energy, maintain your attention, and move steadily toward what truly matters. Step forward with intention, for your deliberate actions are building the foundation of a life defined by inner strength. Chapter 7. The Power of Focus. Imagine standing in a crowded room filled with countless distractions, shouting voices, flashing lights, and endless movement. Somewhere in that chaos, there is a single flame flickering in the dark, small yet unwavering. That flame is your focus. It is the lens through which your inner strength becomes action, your purpose becomes reality, and your potential transforms into achievement. Without it, energy scatters, intentions fade, and even the strongest mind falters. With it, mountains move, storms calm, and the impossible becomes attainable. Focus is the bridge between knowing and doing. You may have clarity of purpose, emotional resilience, and deliberate habits, but without concentrated attention, they remain dormant potential. Focus channels your energy, filters out noise, and directs your inner power toward what truly matters. It is not merely paying attention, it is intentional, sustained and disciplined attention, applied with unwavering commitment to the task, the vision, and the life you are creating. Consider a bowman aiming at a distant target. The arrow's flight is determined not by the strength of the arm alone, but by the precision of aim. Even the strongest arrow cannot reach its mark if it is released without direction. Focus aligns your inner resources with your external actions. It sharpens clarity, enhances discipline, and magnifies the impact of every effort. The first step toward mastering focus is awareness of distractions. Our modern world is full of constant interruptions, emails, notifications, social media, endless opinions and demands. These intrusions fragment attention, scatter energy, and erode strength. The practice of focus begins with choosing what deserves your attention, what is essential, what aligns with your purpose, what contributes to your growth. Everything else must be acknowledged, then set aside. Next is prioritization. Focus thrives when it is directed toward high-value actions, not scattered across endless minor tasks. Imagine a sculptor again, selecting which parts of the marble to chip away. Each strike matters, each cut builds toward the final form. Prioritize actions that yield progress, clarity, and meaning. The secret of focus is not busyness, it is precision. Discipline enhances focus. The mind is naturally drawn to novelty, interruption, and distraction. Training your attention requires deliberate effort, blocking out time for deep work, setting boundaries, and resisting the urge to multitask. Deep focus allows the mind to penetrate complexity, solve problems creatively, and act decisively. The results compound. Each hour of undivided attention produces far more than dozens of fragmented, distracted minutes. Equally important is the rhythm of attention. Focus is not about constant effort without pause. It requires cycles of engagement and recovery. Like a muscle, your mind strengthens with periods of intense use, followed by rest. Structured breaks, reflection, and quiet moments are not wasted time, They are essential for sustaining attention over the long term. Focus is not a sprint. It is a carefully paced journey that balances energy, clarity, and endurance. Consider the story of a musician practicing for years. Early on, hours of disciplined repetition felt grueling, almost unbearable. Yet each focused session built neural pathways, strengthened technique, and deepened understanding. Years later, the same musician can perform complex compositions flawlessly, not because of sudden inspiration, but because deliberate focus compounded over time created mastery. The same principle applies to your life. Persistent, intentional focus builds extraordinary results. Visualization strengthens focus. By mentally rehearsing the task, the goal or the outcome, you train the mind to anticipate challenges and solutions. Picture the steps, feel the process, and imagine the completion. This alignment of mind and action reduces hesitation, enhances efficiency, and reinforces the neural pathways that make focus automatic under pressure. Emotional alignment also deepens focus. When your heart and mind are both committed to your purpose, distractions lose power. Fear, doubt, or uncertainty may arise, but when your inner conviction is aligned with your focus, your energy becomes unstoppable. Focus is not just a mental act, it is the union of intention, emotion, and action. Reflection is a final element. At the end of each day, review how your attention was used. Celebrate moments of concentrated achievement and identify where focus waned. Adjust routines, refine boundaries, and recommit to the discipline of attention. This ongoing practice transforms focus from an effortful skill into a natural state of mind, a lens through which your inner strength is magnified and directed with precision. By the end of this chapter, you should feel a profound awareness. Focus is not merely a skill, it is the engine of transformation. It converts clarity into action, discipline into progress, and purpose into tangible results. Your inner strength, when harnessed through deliberate attention, becomes a force capable of shaping your reality, overcoming obstacles, and achieving your most meaningful goals. And now, as you prepare to move forward, know this: focus is the precursor to mastery in every aspect of life. The next chapter will explore the art of resilience under pressure, the ability to maintain strength, composure, and forward momentum when circumstances challenge your resolve. Step forward with intent and presence, for your focus is now sharpening the path ahead, illuminating every step toward a life of unshakable inner strength. Chapter 8: Resilience Under Pressure. Imagine walking across a narrow bridge suspended high above a roaring canyon. The wind thrashes against you, threatening to unbalance every step. Your heart pounds, your muscles tense. The ground beneath seems impossibly distant. Every instinct screams to retreat. Yet forward is the only way. This is the essence of resilience under pressure. The ability to remain steady, confident, and purposeful when life tests the limits of your courage and composure. Pressure is unavoidable. It arrives in the form of deadlines, crises, personal loss, or unexpected challenges. Some succumb to it, letting stress, fear, and doubt dictate their actions. Others rise above it, discovering that the human spirit is far stronger than circumstances suggest. Resilience under pressure is not born from comfort. It is forged in adversity, honed through challenge, and strengthened with deliberate practice. The first principle of resilience is presence. In moments of intense stress, it is easy to be consumed by fear or overwhelm, but true strength begins by anchoring yourself in the present. Focus on what is immediately within your control. Breathe. Observe. Respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Presence transforms chaos into clarity, confusion into action, and panic into purposeful momentum. Next comes perspective. Pressure often magnifies situations, making them seem more insurmountable than they truly are. By stepping back and assessing objectively, you gain insight into what is temporary, what is critical, and what is within your influence. Perspective does not diminish the challenge. It illuminates a path through it. It allows you to see opportunities where others see obstacles and solutions where others see dead ends. Adaptability is another cornerstone. Rigidity under pressure leads to fracture. Flexibility allows you to adjust, pivot, and respond creatively to unexpected circumstances. Consider bamboo in a storm. Rigid trees break, but bamboo bends and bends again, returning upright once the storm passes. Like bamboo, resilient individuals withstand pressure, not by resisting it blindly, but by adapting with intelligence and composure. Emotional regulation strengthens resilience. Stress and fear often trigger fight, flight, or freeze responses. A resilient mind acknowledges these reactions without surrendering to them. Techniques such as mindful breathing, visualization, or silent reflection help stabilize emotion, creating a calm center from which deliberate action can flow. Each practice strengthens your capacity to remain composed under increasingly intense pressure. Deliberate preparation compounds resilience. Life's storms cannot always be predicted, but preparation, mental, emotional, and practical, reduces their impact. Visualize worst-case scenarios and consider your responses. Build skills and routines that enhance flexibility. Anticipation and readiness are not anxiety, they are empowerment. Preparedness gives confidence, and confidence fuels composure under pressure. Consider the story of a firefighter trapped in a burning building. The environment is chaotic, the threat immediate, panic is natural, yet training, experience, and mental discipline allow the firefighter to act decisively, navigating danger with calm precision. The same principles apply in everyday life. When pressure mounts, resilience transforms fear into focus, stress into strategy, and urgency into measured, effective action. Another essential component is self-trust. Resilience under pressure is rooted in the belief that regardless of circumstance, you have the capacity to respond. This trust is built through repeated success, reflection, and mastery of smaller challenges. Each time you face difficulty and act with courage and composure, your confidence grows, creating a reservoir of inner strength to draw upon in future trials. Connection also plays a vital role. Even the strongest individuals benefit from support, guidance, and shared perspective. Resilience is strengthened when you seek advice, communicate openly, or simply lean on trusted relationships for insight and encouragement. You are not diminished by connection, you are fortified. Pressure is not only a test of personal strength, it is an opportunity to engage resources beyond yourself, blending individual capability with collective wisdom. Finally, reflection after the storm solidifies growth. Each experience under pressure leaves lessons about your limits, your priorities, and your capabilities. By reviewing how you responded, what worked and what could be improved, you convert adversity into wisdom. Reflection transforms stress into strategy and difficulty into a blueprint for future resilience. Over time, each challenge becomes a stepping stone, strengthening your ability to navigate the next with even greater composure. By the end of this chapter, you should feel a heightened awareness that pressure is not your enemy, but a catalyst for inner strength. Resilience is not passive endurance, it is active mastery of mind, emotion, and action in the midst of difficulty. You now understand that storms are not to be feared, but confronted with courage, adaptability, and intentionality. And now, as you prepare to move forward, know this: resilience under pressure is the foundation upon which extraordinary achievement is built. The next chapter will explore the power of reflection, the deep, transformative practice of looking inward, learning from experience, and integrating insight to continuously strengthen your inner life. Step forward with confidence, for the lessons of endurance are now shaping you into a person capable of facing any storm with unwavering strength. Chapter 9. The Transformative Power of Reflection. Close your eyes for a moment and picture a calm lake at dawn. The water is perfectly still, so still that the sky, the trees, and even your own image reflect with clarity. Now imagine tossing a stone into that lake. Ripples spread outward, distorting the reflection, breaking the surface into chaos. But as the water settles, the reflection returns, clearer, more precise, more aware. This is the power of reflection in your life. A process of pausing, observing, and understanding, so that your inner landscape becomes clear, aligned, and purposeful. Reflection is more than thinking. It is an intentional examination of your thoughts, actions, emotions, and experiences. It is the bridge between experience and wisdom, between action and understanding. Without reflection, life becomes a series of reactions, a collection of events experienced but never fully comprehended. With reflection, every challenge, every triumph, every decision becomes a lesson, a stepping stone toward mastery over yourself and your circumstances. The first principle of reflection is honesty. To truly understand yourself, you must face your experiences without distortion, celebrate your achievements, acknowledge your mistakes, and accept your limitations without judgment or denial. This requires courage, the courage to confront uncomfortable truths, and the willingness to embrace them as opportunities for growth. Honesty transforms reflection from idle rumination into powerful self-discovery. Next is perspective. Reflection allows you to step back from the immediacy of life and see the broader patterns that shape your experiences. Consider your challenges not as isolated events, but as interconnected lessons that reveal recurring themes, strengths, and areas for improvement. Perspective allows you to extract meaning from adversity, insight from struggle, and clarity from confusion. It is the lens that converts experience into understanding. Reflection is also a catalyst for intentional change. Awareness alone is insufficient. It must inform action. When you identify patterns in behavior or thought that limit your potential, reflection gives you the space to design new responses, create new habits, and set new directions. It is the conscious act of steering your life rather than drifting in reaction to circumstances. Each moment of insight becomes a tool for crafting the future you desire. Consider the story of an entrepreneur who faced repeated failures. Each setback could have been a source of despair, but through deliberate reflection, she asked herself, "What can I learn from this? What choices led to this outcome? How can I adapt?" Over time, each reflection honed her judgment, clarified her strategy, and strengthened her resilience. Her failures became lessons, and her lessons became stepping stones to success. Reflection also deepens emotional intelligence. By observing your responses, triggers, and patterns, you develop a profound awareness of your inner world. You begin to recognize not only your emotions, but their sources, their impact, and how they influence your interactions with others. Emotional clarity fosters empathy, self-regulation, and composure, the hallmarks of inner strength that allow you to navigate life with grace and purpose. Journaling, meditation, and structured review are tools that amplify the power of reflection. Writing down experiences clarifies thought, reveals hidden patterns, and tracks progress over time. Meditation provides a quiet space to examine your mind without distraction, to witness thoughts and feelings as they arise. Structured review, whether daily, weekly, or monthly, ensures that reflection is habitual rather than sporadic, making insight an integral part of your life rather than an occasional exercise. Reflection also nurtures gratitude and perspective. By looking back on challenges overcome, lessons learned and growth achieved, you develop appreciation for your journey, no matter how difficult. Gratitude shifts focus from lack to abundance, from struggle to progress. It strengthens resilience, reinforces confidence, and cultivates a mindset capable of finding meaning, even in hardship. The transformative effect of reflection compounds over time. Each conscious pause, each thoughtful insight, each adjustment in behavior accumulates, shaping a life that is intentional, balanced, and aligned. Reflection transforms experience into wisdom, effort into growth, and struggle into mastery. It is the quiet force behind sustained inner strength, the unseen architect of personal evolution. By the end of this chapter, you should feel a renewed understanding that reflection is not passive or optional. It is an active, deliberate practice that deepens your awareness, sharpens your judgment, and empowers you to live in alignment with your highest values. The habits, focus, and resilience you have cultivated are strengthened, clarified, and integrated through reflection. It turns the scattered moments of life into a coherent, meaningful journey towards strength, purpose, and fulfillment. And now, as you prepare to move forward, know this: reflection is the gateway to mastery. It allows you to convert past experiences into insight, present challenges into wisdom, and future choices into deliberate, empowered action. The final chapter will weave together all the principles you have learned, the habits, focus, resilience, and reflection, revealing how they converge to create a life of immense inner strength. Step forward with awareness, for your journey is nearing its transformative culmination. Chapter 10. The culmination of inner strength. Close your eyes and picture a mountain peak bathed in the first light of dawn. The climb was grueling. Every step tested your endurance. Every gust of wind challenged your balance. Every shadow of doubt threatened to pull you backward. And yet, here you stand, at the summit, breathing the thin, crisp air, witnessing a panorama of possibility stretching endlessly before you. This is the essence of inner strength, reached not by chance, but by deliberate, persistent, and courageous effort. Today, we gather all that you have learned, all the principles you have practiced, and step into the full expression of your power. Inner strength is not a single trait. It is a symphony of habits, focus, resilience, reflection, and emotional mastery. It is the quiet confidence to face fear without flinching, the unwavering resolve to act despite uncertainty, the ability to maintain clarity and calm amidst life's storms. Every chapter of this journey has built a layer: awareness in Chapter 1, purpose in Chapter 2, discipline in Chapter 3, self-control in Chapter 4, focus in Chapter 7, resilience in Chapter 8, and reflection in Chapter 9. Together, they form an unshakable foundation, a core of strength that no external circumstance can dismantle. The first element of this culmination is integration. Inner strength thrives when knowledge, action, and emotion are aligned. Each lesson you have learned is like a gear in a finely tuned machine. Awareness gears turn with discipline, focus gears mesh with resilience, reflection gears guide emotional intelligence. The machine of your inner strength operates at peak efficiency only when these elements are harmonized, working together toward the life you choose to create. Next is application. Knowledge without action is potential wasted. Inner strength is measured not by understanding alone, but by how consistently it is applied. Each day presents opportunities to exercise your strength. Difficult conversations, challenging decisions, moments of fear or doubt. These are not obstacles, they are invitations. Each response, each deliberate act, rooted in your cultivated inner strength, expands your capacity and reinforces your confidence. Strength grows in motion, not in contemplation alone. Courage is inseparable from inner strength. It is the spark that ignites action when the path is unclear, the wind is strong, and the outcome uncertain. Courage is not the absence of fear, It is the willingness to move forward despite it. Every choice to act with integrity, every decision to persevere through discomfort, every moment to face your truth without retreat, compounds courage into an enduring force within you. Equally important is balance. Inner strength does not mean constant intensity or relentless striving. It is the harmony of effort and rest, action and reflection, persistence and adaptability. Strength is measured not only by what you endure, but by how gracefully you navigate life's rhythm, honoring moments of stillness as much as moments of challenge. Balance ensures that your inner power is sustainable, resilient, and deeply aligned with your true self. Gratitude and humility anchor your strength. Recognizing the support, lessons, and opportunities along the way keeps ego in check and perspective intact. Humility prevents arrogance from distorting your power, while gratitude transforms your achievements from mere victories into meaningful milestones that enrich your life and the lives of those around you. True inner strength radiates outward, inspiring, supporting, and uplifting others. Visualization and intentionality magnify your strength. Picture the life you are building, with every choice, every act of discipline, every moment of courage. Feel it in your mind, your body, your heart. Intentionality ensures that strength is not reactive, but proactive, not scattered, but focused, not fleeting, but enduring. You are the architect of your inner world, shaping it with conscious, deliberate design. Consider the metaphor of a tree weathering every season. Its roots dig deep into the earth, finding stability. Its trunk bends with the wind, but does not break. Its branches stretch toward the sun, reaching ever higher. Inner strength mirrors this tree, rooted in awareness and discipline, flexible under pressure, reaching continually toward growth and possibility. Each storm strengthens the roots, each challenge shapes the trunk, each aspiration extends the branch. The final element of culmination is legacy, the impact of your inner strength on the world around you. True strength extends beyond self. It touches relationships, communities, and opportunity. Your ability to act with courage, clarity, and integrity creates ripples, inspiring others to rise, persist, and pursue their own strength. The life you build with inner mastery becomes a beacon, proof that discipline, focus, resilience, and reflection yield results, both personal and profound. As we draw this journey to its close, remember, inner strength is not a destination, it is a practice, a daily commitment, a lifelong cultivation. Each day offers a choice to act from distraction or intention, from fear or courage, from weakness or strength. By integrating all that you have learned, by applying it consistently, by embracing courage, balance, gratitude, and intentionality, you step fully into a life defined, not by circumstance, but by mastery over yourself. Look back at the path you have traveled. See the growth, the lessons, the victories, and even the struggles. They are all part of the tapestry of your power. Step forward into the life you are creating, knowing that your inner strength is now your constant companion. You are prepared to face challenges with unwavering resolve, to pursue your goals with clarity and focus, and to live a life of meaning, purpose, and profound personal power. And now, take a deep breath and feel it fully, the culmination of your journey, the integration of knowledge, practice, and insight. This is your inner strength, alive, resilient, and radiating outward. It is not an abstract idea, it is you. Every thought, every action, every decision, from this moment forward, is infused with the strength you have cultivated. Carry it, nurture it, and let it guide you, always. The mountain peak is not the end, it is the vantage point. From here, you see the horizon of possibility stretching endlessly before you. The tools, the practices, and the awareness you have gained will continue to shape your journey, empowering you to face each day with clarity, courage, and unshakable inner power. You are ready. Your inner strength is complete, yet ever growing, ever present, and limitless.